People who shoved their school papers in their backpack with no binder/folder etc., where are you now? Wildland firefighter, don't really have to put any papers in my bag anymore. Though I do subscribe to the stuff your tent in the bag strategy over folding it. Still trying to get my shit together. But this time in a more professional environment. Lost in a sea of overwhelming guilt for my lost exam papers from 6 years ago. Still looking for my homework from 5th grade. Shoving papers in my laptop bag/tool bag/desk drawer. Decent office job. I no longer shove my papers into a backpack. That's what my desk drawers are for. Now I'm a teacher who shoves his papers in his bag with no binder/folder. I always buy these nice binders which I carefully organize with different colors at the beginning of each school year. By the end of September I'm back to the good old-fashioned chaos. I'm a doctor, so now I just shove them in my white coat instead. I'm working on a sweet potato farm. I am a web programmer. It's funny because my code tends to be very clean and well documented. My files are always very organized, too. Digital organization is really easy for me, but as soon as paper is involved everything goes to hell. An engineer. Still shoving my papers into a backpack. I'm living with a very organized woman and it's a pretty middle-class suburban life. I got through school fine. My life changed when I got diagnosed with ADHD as an adult and started taking meds. It slipped under the radar. My performance was high. Artist. Disorganized, but doing it full time. I'm recovering from addiction to meth and alcohol. 1 year clean, woohoo. I'm living on my own in a nice apartment, still shoving anything I want into whatever I want. I toast bread 3 slices to a slot. I park my motorcycle on the line between cars in the parking lot. I eat clementines whole and spit out the peel bit by bit. My computer desktop is packed with icons on the smallest size possible. I flush my toilet once a week. I listen to 2 podcasts at once, both at 2x speed. My closet is a pile of clothes roughly organized from big to small. Director at a company of a highly regulated industry. An extra fuck you to Megan Rice, my 8th grade science teacher, who said I wouldn't amount to anything. A guy in my high school did this. He now has a PhD in astrophysics. IRS worker doing your taxes. Now where did I put that? Oh well, fuck it, not my problem, lol. Not great, my dude, not great. Emergency and intensive care doctor. Still have a slightly chaotic core. Once ignored a chest infection in myself for so long, I ended up as a patient on my own ICU. Then had to have a little light thoracic surgery. I am now engaged to a man whose college nickname was Captain Sensible. He tells me when I am ill. He has no medical qualifications. Sensible bastard. I run a program that helps pay for low-income people to be screened for cancer. My desk looks like a fucking disaster, but I know where everything is. The army. Still shoving things in my backpack, only now it's a camouflage backpack. On medication for ADHD, currently in college with my notes nice and organized. A copywriter, still doing this out of spite. Who's in prison now, Mr. Kennedy? You dinosaur. Engineering student, and I still shove papers in my backpack and use them in a bonfire once the semester is over. I filled my backpack pretty quickly, so I used to walk around school with 2 shopping bags full of miscellaneous unsorted papers. I'm pretty successful and working in research now. I haven't used paper records for work in years. I still shove all of my important papers into a big plastic box, so I have to dig through the mess every year when I do my taxes. When the box gets full, I shove it in the closet and buy a new box. 2x college dropout and single parent. I guess you can say I never learned to put a protective cover on things before shoving places. I got diagnosed went to college, got into a super competitive nursing program, graduated magna cum laude, and now I'm in school for my master's. And now I can shove my papers into drawers. I'm an accountant. My reports are very organized, but I have 3 drawers full of stuff I might need at some point. Working my way through school as an engineering major. Had some fairly successful internships so far. Still at high school, still doing that. But I already got admitted to university, and if my grades don't drop, I'll get an 80% discount scholarship. I work as an archivist. I'm in charge of organizing and storing our nation's historic documents. Can neither confirm nor deny whether folders and binders are involved. I bought a briefcase with those hard portfolio pockets, so that I can shove paper in it and keep it nice and smooth. Currently sitting in a university classroom. Got $1,000 in tuition this semester for grades. Suck it, you anal folder PPL. Software developer, winning at life. I keep all my files on my desktop. When that gets full, I create a folder called Old Desktop and put everything in there, and start with a new desktop. When that gets full, I rinse and repeat. So I kinda cheated the system. I'd read through the entire textbook in a week or so. I never did homework, minimal effort on classwork, but always A's on test. They ended up isolating and supervising me during test. Come to find out I'm aspiragus as hell, and I learned best this way. I own 2 businesses and provide a nice living for my family. I get paid a lot of money to explain advertising and advertising technology to the people who wrote in 50 different color pens. Eat it, nerds. High school GPA 1.8, class of 1993, Coast Guard 1993 to 1995, kicked out for bad attitude. 1995 to 1999, pre-med/chem major 4.0 GPA. 1999 to 2000, carpenter. 2000 to 2001, commercial pilot training. 2001 to 2006, commercial pilot, flew a jet that said Delta on the side. 2006 to 2010, nursing school 4.0 GPA. 2010 to 2013, ICU nurse. 2013 to 2016, nurse anesthesia school. 2016 to present, certified registered nurse anesthetist. Currently own an anesthesia company making $500K per year. I look in the mirror and laugh every day. I'm a 31-year-old homeowner, working at a Fortune 50 company, who smokes pot every day and had $102,640 in their 401k as of this morning. I'm a teacher who tries to teach kids not to shove papers in their backpack with no binder/folder, while reminding myself that I'm a professional who needs to use a binder/folder. I work at a college as a janitor, even though I feel like I'm smarter than most of the people who go there. Sometimes I see an equation written on a blackboard, like half an equation, and I'll just figure it out. I'm a gifted kid. Burnout. I dropped out of college after less than a semester due to some wild mental health stuff, and now I'm working at Walmart. But I can pay all my bills and save some, so I'm not doing bad. Light skin tone. Shrug. Diagnosed with ADHD, on meds, and working as a therapist helping other kids get diagnosed with and manage their own ADHD. Super organized and trying to convince my son to stop shoving his papers into his backpack with no folder. Haha. Art teaching degree, currently taking years off to start my family, teaching online classes. All good here. Unhappily existing in a dystopian hellscape now that I've matured enough to see the sheer lack of substance of our society and just how browbeaten we've become by the predatory upper classes of Western society. I know when it's eventually time to clip my nails, that I will find the nail clippers under my bed in the upper right quadrant. They should be right near my emergency chapstick and Xbox controller charger, but if I run into the Yonanas trademark depressor stick, I know I've gone too far. Well, yesterday I finished my comp science master's degree with honors, so doing good. Humble brag, I'm still so giddy about this. Rather successful consultant. I mostly shove my papers in drawers now, but occasionally still in my rucksack. Medical school. I used to be told to get more organized, but I'd argue shoving stuff into your backpack is organized because you know where everything is. It's functional, albeit ungraceful. Med school. Shoving my virtual papers onto my desktop without folders or any sense of organization whatsoever. In a fantastic job in the medical field along with a beautiful wife and just as disorganized as ever. I know where everything is when I need it. No, I don't need to change. Kinder teacher now. Diagnosed with ADHD as an adult. As a kinder teacher I've learned to spot those kids that were like me. I've dedicated my life to setting good examples and habits that I know will help my kiddos in the future. I'm an engineer/project manager. I live in fear that at any given time, I may be asked to switch projects and I'll have to organize all the loose papers I've shoved into my backpack to give to the next PM. I thought everyone did this, apart from those weird girls who would write their notes all neat and with different colored pens. Graduated cum laude from a regionally ranked university. Got a halfway decent job in a STEM field that pay for me and my family right out of college. Took me a little bit longer in life to get there though, military service and other fun stuff in the meantime. Probably would have been faster and easier if I just did better in high school to begin with. I quit doing that my junior year of high school, and my grades skyrocketed. I went from a CD student to an A student. Then I went to college for a semester to get the math prerequisite I need to be an electrician. Now I'm just stuck waiting for the next apprenticeship period. Support engineer for a company that implements biometric authentication hardware/software, and I store all of my files in the documents folder with no subfolders. Suck on that, Mrs. Bates, who told me I would go nowhere in life unless I learned organization skills.